Hello again, everypony. My name is Promissa Fidel, and I've decided to read I Ain't Got No Ack-cent by Conner Cogworth. I'd also like to send a big thank you to Mr. Dr. Beak, my brother, who has decided to read all the male parts for this story. Thank you. Alright, so here we go. I Ain't Got No Ack-cent by Conner Cogworth. Carousel Boutique was currently a seamstress's nightmare. There was a reason for this. Not 3 minutes ago, the proprietor of the establishment had a visit from a very influential customer. Said customer had congratulated said proprietor on a commissioned piece that was made for an upcoming agricultural exhibition. They were impressed enough that they wanted the proprietor to join them at the exhibition and showcase their wares. The proprietor had said yes. Now the proprietor is wondering what in Celestia's great kingdom has she gotten herself into. Let's watch, shall we? I can't do this! Rarity had been panicked before, delusional, worked to the bone, but outright clueless hysterics was a real rarity for her. What was I thinking? She ranted, pacing her shop floor with a haunted look in her eyes. Spread across every spare surface of the boutique were dozens upon dozens of paper scraps, each one with a different dress design. Here and there, her mannequins had pieces of cloth pinned to them in haphazard shapes. The only other living being in the shop with the unicorn was a chubby white Persian, who batted a straight piece of paper every now and then, but otherwise seemed uninterested in whatever Rarity was spouting at her. The Equestrian Agricultural Conference and Exhibition is one of the biggest gatherings of some of the richest ponies around. Outside the Grand Galloping Gala, of course, Rarity continued, glasses askew on her muzzle. I would be a madman to let this chance to showcase my abilities pass, but oh, Celestia Opal, what do I make? Her eyes roamed the countless sketches that were littered around her. Farmers, harvesters, millers, woodcrafters, work ponies, and chefs? They're all such no-nonsense types. How can I possibly design anything that would appeal to them? The chefs, maybe, but that's such a narrow range. Oh, I simply must figure out something. The exhibition is only 2 weeks away. With a melodramatic sigh, she sat in front of her desk, forelimbs splayed atop the surface. Opal sat herself next to one of the white hooves and looked at Rarity expectantly. Oh, I know, Opal. I have to get a hold of myself. But really, I told Mr. Marmalade that I would be prepared with 10 of my best dresses, when, in reality, I've only got 2 in stock that would even remotely fit in. And one of them I'd rather not have see the light of day again, she grumped, crossing her hooves and resting her chin on them. The cat gifted her with an offended glance, before nonchalantly trotting over to a dark blue bundle of fabric, leaping onto it, and tucking her paws in, taking extra care to shed a few extra white tufts of fur onto its surface. Yes, you're right. I've got to move past this funk, the designer quipped, lifting her head back up. I bounce back from worse than this. Surely I can rise to the challenge. Yes, I'm sure I can. The burst of good mood was quickly dampened by a bout of rational thought. Oh, who am I kidding? She wailed again, telekinetically grabbing Opal from her perch and burying her face into the frustrated feline's fur. I can't possibly know what goes through a farmer's mind when they see an outfit like mine. The only one I could ever get an opinion from. She was interrupted by a rapid knocking at her door. She dropped Opal, who scampered off to safety. With a quick wipe of her eyes and adjustment to her glasses, Rarity trotted toward her entrance, quickly banishing her earlier mood for a later date. Coming! The handle lit up and the door swung open. The white unicorn stood, eyes closed, with a smile to her face. Welcome to Carousel Boutique. I am Rarity. Is there anything I can help you with? You can start by not saying that every time I come round, you know, said a familiar, light-hearted southern twang. Applejack! The unicorn exclaimed, letting her eyes snap open. Indeed, it was the orange farmer filly, customary hat perched on her head, and saddle pack strapped to her midsection. What brings you to my shop today? These do, AJ replied, motioning her head toward the packs. I recall Sweetie Belle asking for a big case of these apple fritters last time I brought 'em to one of Pinkie Pie's parties. I couldn't rightly say no to her little old face, so I baked up a whole bunch of them this morning. Can I come in and drop 'em off? As Applejack continued to speak, Rarity found herself straining harder and harder to resist speaking about the Applebucker's atrocious grammar. I know she was raised on a farm, she told herself, but she should really have a better handle on the equestrian language than that. Even Rainbow Dash has better diction. She kept silent, however, and, as the question was asked, she put on her best smile and stepped back. Of course, dear, just leave them on the counter. I'll be sure Sweetie Belle sees them when she gets home from school today. Much obliged, came the reply she got, as the farm pony trotted inside. As the unicorn closed the door behind them, there was a pause from her friend before the addition of, "What in tarnation happened here? You working on another dress, Rarity?" Her mess of papers had been spotted. There was a sigh as the white one turned around to look at her friend, catching the orange equine looking at one of the papers in particular. There was a moment of blankness, then a moment of scrutiny, followed by a moment of enlightenment. "Applejack!" the dressmaker gasped out breathlessly. The farmer turned her head to look at her friend. "Yeah?" The next portion of their conversation did not involve words so much as it involved a unicorn tackling an earth pony in a rib-shattering hug, all while screaming out, "Applejack, you really are an angel in farmer's clothing!" Applejack could only wince as her spine popped before croaking out, "Beg pardon?" "I don't know why I didn't think of it fully earlier, but you're exactly what I need. With your eye for the practical and my fashion knowledge, surely we'll both be able to get all the dresses done in 2 weeks' time before the exhibition even starts. Oh, Applejack, I just can't believe what good fortune brought us together on this day. It must be destiny." "Whoa there, partner," the farm pony drawled before managing to push Rarity off her. "Y'all want to back up there and explain to me why you're mentioning me and dresses in the same sentence?" "Oh, I do apologize," the unicorn said, straightening her glasses again and calming down. "But I really do need your help. You see, I had a customer early today. He was quite overjoyed with one of my creations, you see." There was a roll of green eyes which was caught. Now, let me finish. He was so enthralled by my design that he asked me to accompany him and set up a display at this year's Equestrian Agricultural Conference and Exhibition." Now she had the orange farm pony's attention. "The EACE? Woo-wee! Now there's the cream of the crop for all the farmers all over Equestria. I'd love to set up a Sweet Apple Acres cart there, that's for certain. I'd bet I'd even do real business this time round." A dark look crossed her face at the memory of the Grand Galloping Gala fiasco. "At least those ponies would know a good apple when they see one." "Indeed," Rarity chuckled, before she became all business again. "However, the dilemma I'm faced with is simply that. I've never made a whole line of outfits directed toward the farming and agricultural community, and I need to have at least 10 different dresses and suits ready for the exhibition, which is going to be held in 2 weeks. There was a low whistle. "Well, wallet my whiskers, y'all sure do have your work cut out for you. Don't you still have those 2 outfits that y'all made for me? I think they'd be a sure popular hit with the convention folks." "I was planning on using your gala dress," the white pony started, though she pawed at the floor with a hoof. "But the other one? I mean, I know your expertise went into its design, glosses and all, but do you really think it would be popular at the exhibition?" "Well, it could probably do with an overhaul, but yeah, with a little fixin' it'd be a right good hit, I'd reckon." Now Applejack got on all 4 hooves as she clopped over to Rarity, an eager look on her face. "Well, what do you need my help with? I ain't any good with a needle and thread, you know, but if you're looking for what a farmer looks for in an outfit—" She gave a wink, hinting at an unspoken request. The unicorn's eyes shimmered with gratitude, and the farm pony had to brace herself for another bone-crushing hug. "Oh, thank you, Applejack! I'll be sure to tell my client that I'll be bringing another pony with me for personal refreshment. There'll be no way he could possibly refuse, especially after he tastes one of your famous apple fritters." She released her hold on the poor Applebucker and gave her a long, thankful gaze. "You can't believe how much this means to me." "'Tain't nothing, Rarity. Now, if y'all don't mind, I'd appreciate you letting me go, and let's be getting down to business." There was a pained smile.